Yo. We've missed the last couple days. I'm still brain dead tired. We got the music going. Let's mute it. Hello.
What's up?
Dog be tired, man. I also think I just got into Arizona State.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I just had almost a 50-minute meeting with a graduate recruiter, and the whole time he was talking as if I was already admitted, and then he ended it. He's like, just finish your application because I just need to pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just like, I'll make sure to send it to the board committee, and you should have some good news within 2 weeks.
Congrats.
Yeah. Arizona, I don't think I'm going to Arizona State. Dope program, 5 blocks away from the Phoenix Suns arena.
Yeah, I heard Arizona is sick. I'm about to go to Scottsdale here in a couple months.
Yeah, it's in downtown Phoenix, like 5 blocks away from, like, legit, like he says, like, if you can literally see the Suns facility from the window.
Sick.
And the Diamondbacks are a quarter mile away.
Oh, cool.
And
got the Coyotes as well.
Coyotes, yeah. And it's a pretty cool program. Like, the only way I see myself, though, going to Arizona is my girlfriend's applying there to go to law school, but it's a very, very, very hard law program to get into.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Like, you have to get like 10 points below a perfect score to get in.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds difficult.
An average score is like 153. You need a 166 to get in.
Oh, okay.
But so my girlfriend's probably not going to get into either Arizona school, which would make me living in Arizona.
I've always wanted to go to the other one, like U of A.
U of A. Yeah. I didn't even apply to U of A because they were the only school that they had this weird letter of recommendation system that, typically when you do like graduate school, you just have your teachers, you have to just submit your teacher's email, and then your teacher submits their letter of rec. This one, you had to send your teachers a packet, and it was a letter of recommendation questionnaire.
It's just a shit ton of work.
Isn't that shit? And how awkward to ask that. It's already awkward enough asking for a letter of rec, but being like, instead of a letter of rec, they're sending you a packet of questions so they can get a unique response.
Yeah.
Isn't that stupid?
Weird. I had to get a letter of rec. I had to get like 2 recommendations for doing a stupid internship. So
did you get the internship?
My professors were probably my internship was with somebody I knew, but like to do the application to get into the class, I had to do it. And I just like none of my professors knew who I was. They're like, yeah, sure, all right.
Oh yeah, because you're marketing. Yeah, you guys are just a sea of faces. Like, yeah, my girlfriend comes because she's pre-law, but she's a business administration major, but she's going to law school. She just wanted to get a major that if somehow law school didn't work out, she has like a legit major, and she was a marketing minor. But I always talk to her. I was like, yeah, like my classes were like maybe the biggest for the lectures were like. The first 101 was like a few hundred people, but after that it's like 30 people classes, and then it drops down to like 10 to 15, sometimes even like 6 people classes. So like all my teachers know me, like I'm a personality.
Yeah, I hate that.
Also, I just thought of this. So one of my classmates is dyslexic, so she asked me to like proofread her shit for her. And I'm like, okay, I'll proofread your shit. And as I'm reading it, I go, oh, aren't you dyslexic? And she's like, yeah. I was like, I can tell like just from reading this. And is that like rude?
Yeah.
I meant to. Everyone was acting like
it's not. Maybe it's
I
not
meant
rude,
it jokingly.
nice.
I was like. She told me she was just messing with me, but I was like, I thought this friendship was at a place where I could make fun of your disabilities, and you could.
Yeah, I do that with.
I just got a necklace tangled up. Oh my god, my girlfriend's not gonna be happy. Okay, here we go.
You just undid it. What do you mean?
What's up?
You just undid it. What are you talking about?
Let's actually talk about some basketball. We just spent 5 minutes talking about like nothing. That was honestly my fault. But I'll take full responsibility for that. Let's go in and let's talk about, are the Utah Jazz and the Cleveland Cavaliers both threats?
Whoa, those are like two completely different.
Yeah, but we could talk about. We'll do a little cute little Utah Jazz sesh for everyone watching at home, and then we'll move on to something to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But basically, the Utah Jazz made a video on it earlier.
See, he's dyslexic too. Is fucking retard.
Me?
No, Nick. I'm just kidding, Nick. Sorry.
Is he
He's a
just
little aggressive. It's golf ball, Nick.
I'm trying to eat pizza rolls, bro.
Huh. Right, James Harden.
Does James Harden like pizza rolls?
What? How have you never seen that meme when mom made pizza rolls?
No.
What?
No.
Live under a rock, dude.
Let's talk about the Utah Jazz. I didn't even know that was a thing, but okay. The Utah Jazz, they're a top 15 team in the NBA. This is a team that plays good basketball. Will Hardy has these boys. He's making adjustments. That's what we talk about. Good head coaches do. And you know what? There's a possibility that this team can turn around and on a dime just be like, fuck it, we're actually going to rebuild. And everything you've seen has just been fugazi and the ultimate increase of trade value you've ever fucking seen. But no, what I think we are seeing right here is the Utah Jazz. There's a great little piece that came out by the Athletic discussing where 6 execs were asked, like anonymous execs were asked about the Utah Jazz. And I thought it was an interesting little article because what it did, it kind of gave us a front office view of the situation. And we'll go through it, but the Utah Jazz were a talking point in this. And I'll read to you right now why the Utah Jazz were talked about. So, as you guys know, what is Danny Ainge doing? No team is as surprised by their performance than the Utah Jazz. Well, they might not be surprised, but the NBA is surprised. With that being said, this is something that's going to happen. Is this going to continue to roll? Are the good times going to keep on rolling? Or are they going to break up the band and trade Mike Conley, Jordan Clarkson, Lowry Markkinen, Kelly Olynyk, Jared Vanderbilt, and the rest of the guys that could potentially be traded, like Malik Beasley and Rudy Gay? As this is a team that, in the group of everyone looking at it, yes, they could be a playoff team, but there's an undeniable ceiling that this team falls well short of title contention. So, do you want some backstory? In 2007, it was draft lottery night.
Okay.
Danny Ainge was the general manager of the Boston Celtics. They had a 19.9% chance of landing the number 1 overall pick, even though the Boston Celtics to this day have never had the number 1 overall pick. And even worse, they would get the number 2 overall pick, which basically meant they were either going to get themselves Kevin Durant or Greg Oden. But what ends up happening when that ball drops? They get the 5th pick. And you know what they do? Danny Ainge doesn't freak out, doesn't lose his shit. You know what he does with that 5th pick? You know what he does? He calls up the Seattle Supersonic and says, take the drug addict Delonte West and Wally Scorzia back, and we'll take Ray Allen. And then he called up the Minnesota Timberwolves, who were led by his former teammate, Kevin McHale. And he said, come on, Kevin. Come on. Toss me a bone here and throw me a cheap deal for KG. And they got the proverbial big 3. And then a few years later, after a 5-year window of title contention, they traded Pierce and Garnett for 3 first-round picks that turned into Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum in back-to-back years with the 3rd pick. Yes, Romeo Langford didn't work out. Okay? Romeo Langford didn't work out. But hey, if you go back, the Celtics did this with Robert Parrish from the Warriors and then used the 3rd pick to add Kevin McHale. So if you're Danny Ainge, you spent most of your basketball life just, I think he's been able to show that he's thrived. And there's a great quote right here. that an exec said. And I think Danny won't break it all the way down. I could see him keeping a guy like Markkinen and there's a sense that he doesn't have the stomach for a true rebuild. There might be one team that doesn't make moves to go that direction because Danny doesn't believe in it. And yeah, I think there's another great quote is right here. Utah has to trade multiple guys to tank, but they still might do that. And the second they do those things, then the bottom falls out. The Bogdanovich trade with Detroit, in which the Jazz received glue guy, big man, Kelly Olynyk, saving Lee and Cash, made them better. Olynyk's a better player than Boyan Bogdanovich, my apology. And he was a player at a position of need. So I think people saw the deal and didn't really analyze it. They go and get themselves Vanderbilt for Gobert. They get themselves Lauri Markkinen for Mitchell, 2 winning players. They're not just trading for picks. They're trading for picks and vets and guys who could play. They could have cut guys like Vanderbilt. Thoughts?
Was a lot. Thoughts on what?
I don't know.
Which one do I? All right.
I want pizza rolls.
Well, then go eat some pizza rolls.
All right.
The Utah Jazz are number 1 in points scored on the season. Quick fun fact. They also, quick fun fact, are the 4th best offense in the league. And quick other fun fact, they're the 10th best defense in the league. And also, quick fun fact, real quick before that fun fact, what's up, Vic? I don't understand how they don't have depth. They're like essentially, to me, 10 deep. I don't think they should rebuild. I mean, I don't really know what Victor Wembanyama. It's just risky. I don't know if Danny Ainge is willing to do that. Maybe if the Jazz were to lose 7 straight games, 8 straight games, if they were to lose 8 of their next 10, maybe, but they're beating really good teams. I believe, yeah, they're first in the Western Conference. Like, they're literally the best team. They're 10-3. Now, we're getting close. We're about halfway to that point where I would evaluate them fully. So I think that's probably what Danny Ainge will do. He'll probably wait till after Thanksgiving and take a deeper look at this basketball roster. But, I mean, you have a bundle of young talent in Jarrett Vanderbilt, Colin Sexton. I'll throw THT in there, Malik Beasley, Walker Kessler, Oche, Nikhil, Balmoro, Simone, Udoka. I think they have plenty of young talent, so I think they're really hungry.
Udoka and Leandro are gone.
Just complete, what they get cut in the last 2 days?
They declined their options after the season.
They're still on the team.
But they're still on their team, but they're on their way out. Basically, when you decline a guy's option,
yeah, I guess
you decline a first. They declined Leandro Balmaro's 3rd-year option, and they declined 4th year. It sucks, Leandro. They didn't even give him a shot. He didn't get. He's in his 2nd season. They just said fuck it.
Not Simone, right? You said
no, Leandro.
Yeah, all right. Well, all right, Simone even more. What's up, Aaron? I think the Jazz are plenty good. I think they're a playing team right now. I think they got a lot of talent, and Danny Ainge knows what he's doing. So whether he decides to, I don't think that they have their pick. They have 1st-round picks. I don't really get why they need to trade the whole team for more picks. So, I think that Ainge is probably going to just play by ear.
Yeah, no, I think they'll play it by ear. I mean, they could end up doing a massive trade that we just don't expect.
They can't win the finals. I'm sorry, they don't have a superstar. Superstars run the playoffs, so stars run the playoffs. Lauri's looking like one though. So
no, I agree. It's definitely. I wonder how it's all gonna play out and what's going to be the situation. I think at this point they're gonna just. If they make a trade, it's going to be in the offseason to get a better player.
The Utah Jazz uniforms they've unfortunately, they're starting to grow on me a little bit. I don't really like them still. This one we're looking at is super ugly, but they're growing on me a little bit because it's it's kind of cool how bad they are.
And
that's it.
Oh, okay.
Look how ugly that thing is. It's crazy. It's kind of cool. It's wow, somebody actually designed that.
No, that's a good point. I didn't even think about it like that. But let's go. I think the uniforms fucking suck, in my opinion.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool. It's who the fuck are these? What's this G League team doing here?
All right, let's go
This
over
is high school
here.
varsity squad and doing an NBA.
The thing is, Aaron, I don't know if they'll figure out
They're gonna be figured.
what
They're gonna be figured
they're a
out.
weird collection of players that I don't think you can figure them out. They're
Unless,
unfigured.
dude, imagine 3 players get injured, they're effed, and
Shut the
then
fuck up.
Laurie. And the thing is, if the Jazz want to like make a legitimate push for the playoffs, like Laurie and Jordan have to be all stars. Oh, city uniforms. We'll do that later if you're down.
Yeah, we can. We can talk about the best ones.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are ridiculous. What are they now? 9-1. What?
I'm so confused in basketball right now because, well, first off, we haven't done a show since Monday, so I'm a little off. But there was no basketball on Tuesday, and then we had like every single basketball team play Monday and Wednesday, and it's just
It
too
was
much.
ridiculous. 8-3. Yeah, dude. Yeah, sorry.
It's crazy though. It's so much basketball. I'm like so relieved with tonight. There's only a handful of games on.
Yeah, and you know me, like I've been, if you guys don't know, I've been brain dead for the past 2 days. Tuesday, I had to cover the elections, and then yesterday was fucked because I had to do a bunch of shit, and then today was another fuck day.
You're in college.
Yeah, and well, dude, also finding out grad school, full-time job. Yeah.
Well, actually,
Full-time.
Nick, what's your take on that? I guess it probably depends.
Is grad
You're
in
more
that?
hands-on,
Is
though.
Nick in grad school?
Yeah, or he just finished, but I would imagine.
What grad
Jordan
school was he in? Yeah, dude, no, I'm like literally like work like. Well, the cool thing, if I went if I went to Arizona State, I don't know if I have. They basically, they run the PBS program. So like I would be on PBS. Like
with Curious George.
Huh?
With Curious George?
I guess, but I'd be on PBS Phoenix or PBS Arizona. And if I went to Arizona State, like they were like telling me the grad program today, it would be pretty fucking dope, but I'd be there from like 8:30 to like 4 p.m. Oh, he's in an MBA. My dad has an MBA. But yeah, MBA, like there's a lot of MBAs you could do online. But like mine's handed on. Like I would be doing broadcasts. Like, bro, I would be going to cover games. Like I would be.
Yeah.
Also,
your ass would be making videos like on your freaking lunch break.
Yeah. Also,
on the shitter.
The last semester, I can either do it in Phoenix or in LA.
Ooh. Oh, like of college?
Like my grad school.
Oh. Well, if you're going to grad school in Phoenix, what would
the last semester would be in LA working for like out of there, like for a company that they're like affiliated with, like doing broadcast sports in Los Angeles for either like the Lakers or the Clippers.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, and I could cover like the Suns.
So I have no hopes of being like a Rockets announcer. Like if I wanted that, I would have to like be you essentially. You
would have to be me, or you would have to right now get a gig as like on a sports radio show and like become like a low like this, but you would have to be like on a like a broadcasted like radio, and you would have to become like an Arizona personality, or not Arizona, a Houston personality. And then eventually, like when the Houston guy retires or needs to be replaced, you could maybe be recommended.
I'm very glad I don't want to do that, dude. I don't know where they have the energy for 3 straight hours every single night. It's just a lot. I could play for the Rockets. I'm gonna take that route. You can be up on the booth talking about it. I'll just play.
You come up with me. I'll bring you up. I'll bring you up with me.
Phoenix, I think this kid won't ruin your locker room. I think he's a pretty good. You guys you can play a little bit of defense. I know he's 5'8.5".
Yeah, he's just a white Facundo Campazzo.
Yeah,
you should see him shoot the 3-point shot. Okay, let's talk about.
I was at Six Flags the other day, or like 2 weekends ago.
You went to Six Flags at 23 years old.
What? Yes.
You say that? Wait, you actually willingly went?
What, for Fright Fest? Of course, front row. Like we were.
What? You went for a music festival?
No, for Fright Fest, the Halloween.
You went and spent your Halloween at Six Flags. As a grown ass man.
Yes. I did it last year too.
Okay. I don't think you've actually grown up yet.
I don't want to grow up. Why would I grow up? But the
I
point
wouldn't-
is this:
You didn't go to a bar and get drunk and like looked at like people skankily clagged?
I don't understand most of those words in that sentence, but
You didn't go booze. You're telling me you went to a water park for
I had
Halloween?
it's
As
not
a-
a water
for the
park,
last
it's
2
roller
years.
coasters.
Okay, a
It's,
roller coaster.
I had a chicken sandwich and I had a blue Powerade because they're out of Coke. No boozing.
Nick, he can't declare himself. You can't declare yourself once you turn 22.
All right. Well, real quick, the point is this:
That you spent your
We
Halloween
did-
the past 2
we
years
did
at a
the-
fucking amusement park.
Yes.
You spent your
That's fair. Yes, and I had a blast. I did the shooting thing, and it was funny because like this crowd, like just
instead of a Disney adult, you're a
Formed
Six
around
Flags adult.
I would never go to Disney. I'm not a geek.
I would go to Disney.
Not a geek. I would go to Disney any day of the week as well.
Disney's
but
fucking
better
sick.
rides at Six Flags. I don't even remember what point I was getting at, so you know what? Never mind. I had a great time at Six Flags though.
I do want
Went
to
to a
say
haunted house there.
I hate roller coasters.
Shout out 4PF.
I'm scared of roller coasters.
Yeah, you're a geek. I used to be scared of roller coasters till I went to Fright Fest last year, and now I'm not afraid, and that's probably why you're having this anti.
Okay, you sound like a 12-year-old
what?
kid.
You're-
I
you're
went to Fright
anti-roller
Fest. I
coaster.
went to Fright Fest.
You're
last
anti-roller
year.
coaster. Until we can discuss roller coasters, I need you to go to the board of roller coasters, which is me, give them a formal apology. I need you to apologize to Six Flags in person. I need you to do like 4 other things. How does that sound? Because you're clearly anti-roller.
I love water parks. The Cavaliers are off to a ridiculous start, but it slowed down a little bit because the 8-3, and they're getting healthier with Darius Garland back from the eye injury. Yes, we've missed a little bit of basketball because of the election and stuff going on, but Donovan Mitchell is in 3rd place in the MVP conversation. This team is incredible in turn, with their defense and their two-way offense, but they're slow as hell. This team plays slow. Okay, like they got a good defense and they're good in the transition, but they need to cut down their turnovers. But this is an interesting team. It's an interesting team because I don't know. Like I think they could be contenders, but at times, like some games you look at them and you're like, oh my god, the Cavaliers. It might be the Cavaliers versus the Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals. But then it's some games you're looking at it and you're like, I don't even think the Cavs could beat the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah, you want to play a quick, fun game? It's a 2-parter. Fun, quick game. How many points do you think Isaac Okoro is averaging this year?
3.
2. Wow, good guess. Another quick, fun game. How many threes do you think Isaac Okoro's made on the year?
3.
0, actually. He's shooting.
Well, he's
0.
not playing.
He hasn't made a 3. Well, yeah. So actually, he's played every game, and he's actually started 3 of those. So he is playing. He's not playing much. I'll give you that, but. If I'm playing in every game and I'm averaging over 15 minutes a night, I should probably make a 3-pointer unless my name is like Shaquille or Dikembe. It's just my opinion. I don't know. I think I think the Cavs. What are your thoughts on this on the Cleveland Cavaliers? Because Rubio does a lot for them. Karis LeVert's on an expiring deal. He's shooting below 40% from the field.
Trade him.
Trade Karis and Isaac Okoro.
Who are you gonna get back though?
I was thinking Anthony Davis.
Oh my god, that money doesn't work. You sound like you're
Jaylen Brown. I don't know what I could get for that package, but I would imagine I can get something. Like something. So it's crazy because Cleveland has the 3rd best offense in the league and they have the 3rd best defense in the league. So to me, regardless of their offense and how slow it can be at times, like we saw most of last season, especially when the injuries started to come up, I am not worried about them making the playoffs or being able to make a run as long as they can stay healthy because of that defense. But I don't know if they have the bench depth scoring that I need. But I guess the rotation shrink. So I don't know. I'm just not too sold on Karis LeVert being on the Cavs. The idea of it was really cool. I just don't know if he's really moving that needle for me right now. Shooting 38%. Like, I don't know.
So, like the duo Jared Allen and Evan Mobley works well. Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell are awesome, and they're top 3 defensively and offensively. Like, obviously, this team could defend the arc a little bit better, but they shut down the paint. They force turnovers in the end possessions with rebounding really well. I just think, yeah, like maybe when Ricky comes back, they can run Ricky, Darius Garland, and Donovan Mitchell, and that ends up being like their god lineup.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because then you have Mobley and Allen, or like Allen and Love, or Mobley and Love.
What sucks about Mobley right now is he's shooting 18% from downtown. I guess he's taking 1 a night, but
He's just Anthony Davis.
He's only getting 6.5 rebounds a game, but I guess I guess that's kind of rude because he's in his second year, so, and we've played 11 games.
Yeah, so give it some time. But I want to pull up some potential NBA trade rumors. I'm just trying to. Yeah, so I want to find
Anthony Davis for Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. The issue with that trade is the Golden State Warriors would hang up the phone.
All right. That's what you got? Yeah. All right. Let's go in and let's talk about. I don't know if we should put a pic.
Shadows. These stupid shadows.
Okay. So I think this is a good picture. Boom. Let's talk about some trade leaks. So there's been some information. All right, let's get right into it. And I want to talk about a couple trades, and this is coming from NBA executives. And it's actually really interesting, but this is the very, very early trade deadline chatter. So the San Antonio Spurs is where we're going to start. When the San Antonio Spurs traded DeJounte Murray, it was widely expected that they would be tanking hardcore. And, like one thing is Jakob Poeltl is a floor lifter. And he's been playing great. Then you got Keldon Johnson, who's made a leap, the 4th-year small forward, went from 17 points a game to 23.8.
Yeah.
They just didn't tear the bottom out. And there seems to be Poeltl could be traded, but also there's a guy that he could return. Like, it wouldn't be surprising if he does stay for the whole season and he signs in free agency. If he doesn't get traded, expect him to return. But a bunch of teams are interested in him, which means that in February he's going to be in a very much high demand. And there's also Josh Richardson and Doug McDermott on this team. I think that's one to look at. The next one is the Oklahoma City Thunder. There's rumblings about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander possibly being moved, and they won't go away anytime soon. Yes, you're hearing that Shai continues to be frustrated with losing, and there's some belief behind the Toronto thing that we heard that they have a genuine interest in Shai, but how far do the Thunder want to push this tanking effort? And this is a situation clearly to monitor with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and that supposedly, he said his patience isn't wearing thin. But then you also got yourselves Russell Westbrook. The Buddy Hield Miles Turner deal is not happening. It's basically dead in the water. And
yeah, because the Lakers would be getting gypped.
Yeah, and Russ is playing better. And the thing is,
leading 6-man.
LeBron's asking for LeBron and people on the roster want trades to be done, but the front office doesn't want to make any trade because they have max out. Right now, if they keep the roster the way it is, they can sign, I think, 1 or 2 players to max contracts next year.
Who?
The Lakers.
Oh, because Russ is out.
And then their whole roster is expiring contracts.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Trades are pretty boring to me because it's the same shit every time. Where's Miles Turner going? Probably Indiana. Where's Jakob Poeltl going? Probably San Antonio. Where's Russell Westbrook going? Probably Los Angeles.
All right, let's talk about something else then. LeBron James.
The only one that's interesting to me is like Shai making his way to Toronto or just a Shai trade in general, but I don't think they're quite there yet. I don't think they do that yet.
That would happen next season.
Yeah, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility though.
All right, LeBron hurt. But the cool thing is if he's day to day, and if he misses 8 days, he only misses 2 games. So we'll talk about a few things. We talked about Anthony Davis potentially being available for trade, and that has been now shot down by Chris Haynes of Bleacher Report. LeBron also said he doesn't want to waste this season to wait for upgrades for the 2022-2023 offseason, sources told Chris Haynes. Other core players with the Lakers feel similar in preference that the front office actively seek upgrades by offering the future first-round picks. And yeah, and they said they're not trading their guy, Anthony Davis. So I think and the Lakers also came out and said they're interested in Bradley Beal. And the Wizards are not expected to trade Beal unless he requests a trade. But supposedly they're interested. And yeah, let's just talk about LeBron. He has a left abductor strain. He's doubtful to play against the Kings, and he could miss the Sunday game against the Brooklyn Nets. But if he missed both games, he would have 8 days off until they play again against on November 18th. So he probably missed the next 2 games.
Yeah. Well, real quick, I'm also interested in Bradley Beal if I'm any NBA franchise. It's so funny. The Lakers always want Bradley Beal. They're never going to get him. Like, sorry, buddy. Dude, I don't know, man. They're 2-9 right now. It's just some really unfortunate stats are excluding Max Ryan and Max Christie, who are averaging together like 9 minutes a night. Do you want to take a guess at what their best 3-point shooter is shooting?
36.
33. So, like, LeBron doesn't really seem like himself. He's taking a lot of threes. He's also shooting them at a 24% clip. He's only making 67% of his free throws. He's scoring 25, but kind of last night, what I saw was it was a very quiet 30 points. I didn't really realize he scored 30. And then I also don't think Anthony Davis is helping me at all. Like, I don't really know what he's doing. Nobody's afraid of him. Zubac's out-hustled him. He outplayed him in every way, shape, and form. Every facet of basketball, he outplayed him last night. The Lakers look horrible. And it's crazy because, like, the player who looks the best might be Russell Westbrook. LeBron, Lonnie Walker. I like TBJ's defense. I like the Reeves defense. Yeah, I don't even know what I would do. Like, they're just kind of – they got to figure something out. LeBron's got to get healthy first and foremost, but I'm not at the trade Anthony Davis point. I don't think I'll ever reach there, but
no, why?
It's enticing, to get rid of Davis because he doesn't look the same like he was in the championship year.
Yeah, no, I think it's you got to do something. You can't waste this at this point.
Yeah, I mean he's in year 20, like.
I think they need to make a trade that gives them the most players back.
Yeah.
And I think that deal is either the Spurs or the Jazz. I think you look at it, the Jazz could give you a package of like Olynyk, Beasley, Rudy Gay, probably, like maybe if you can even entice them to give you Vanderbilt. Like you can get like 3 to 4 players from the Jazz. You can get 3 players from the Spurs and Pirtle, Richardson, and Doug McDermott. So I think that's
it. Yeah, it's just what sucks is Russ is like the best player right now. Like Russ is leading the All-Star 6th man of the year.
I know. The other deal is I think they should maybe see if Jonathan Isaac looks good when he comes back because he's doing 5-on-5. Maybe Terrence Ross, Jonathan Isaac. I don't know if it would be Markelle Fultz or like Cole Anthony. Try to get a few.
You don't want that though.
I mean,
I guess it's nobody.
It's better than
the
what
Isaac experience to them probably is kind of already failed.
Yeah, so and then that way Orlando frees up cap space.
Yeah,
and then
that's interesting.
You get yourself like a 3-and-D guy in Terrence Ross. You get a defender in Jonathan Isaac, and then if you either get Mark,
can I have Gary Harris instead of like Fultz?
Yeah, but Gary Harris is out right now for we don't know how long with a torn meniscus.
Oh, perfect. That sucks.
Yeah, I would say Gary Harris if he was coming back, but yeah, no, the situation's a bit dim. It's not the brightest.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the reason why Ime Udoka wasn't hired. So
it's too late to get into this. This daylight savings stuff is BS, by the way.
This all came out today, though, about Ime Udoka.
Yeah, this is all stupid. Yeah, it's stupid.
The Brooklyn Nets were expected to hire Ime Udoka, but the controversy surrounding Kyrie Irving and his eventual 5-game suspension appears to have made taking on another off-the-court issue unattainable. Udoka is currently suspended for the whole entirety of the 2022 to 2023 season by the Boston Celtics for an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate. As the Kyrie situation continued to unfold, it became too perilous of a path to also hire Ime Udoka in the aftermath of his suspension and essentially ouster with the Boston Celtics, said Adrian Wojnarowski. I think as they started to really dig into their coaching search and make a decision on whether this organization could absorb that much drama, turmoil, and upheaval, especially as the Irving situation play out, they saw Jacques Vaughn start to stabilize things. Let's believe Ime Udoka will be hired elsewhere at some point in the future. They did their research and their due diligence on the circumstance around his suspension in Boston. I think Brooklyn believes they're probably going to be another team that does hire Udoka, but Brooklyn did not believe that they were in the position where they could do it. And another quote right here, the NBA league office created friction for the Nets with hiring Ime Udoka. The decision by the Brooklyn Nets, as you guys know, was a foregone conclusion, according to multiple sources that spoke to Jake Fisher of Yahoo Sports. Look at this. Jake Fisher left Yahoo Bleacher Report for Yahoo Sports, and Chris Haynes left Yahoo Sports for Bleacher Report. But the Udoka hire never was completed. The Nets instead named Jacques Vaughn, former KU alumni, as head coach on Wednesday. Udoka is under a suspension by the Boston Celtics for an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate. When the Nets fired Steve Nash last week, Jacques Vaughn was told by the Brooklyn Nets execs that he would be overseeing the initial game against the Chicago Bulls. Amid a public outcry and plenty of dismay from rival team personnel, there was credible rumblings around the league that Commissioner Adam Silver's office was providing some sort of friction between Brooklyn and the Udoka's hiring, writes Jake Fisher. Thoughts?
I hate Adam Silver. I lost any bit of love I had for him. He's a goblin. He's a ghoul. He's a failure to the National Basketball Association.
Shut the fuck up.
He is. Look at him. Look at him. Look at a picture of Adam Silver.
David Stern was worse.
Yeah, that's fine. But look at Adam Silver and tell me that's not one grimy motherfucker. Pull it up.
No, I like Adam Silver. He's one of the few commissioners who's actually a lawyer. Was a lawyer for like one of the best law.
He's a dork. Yeah.
Perfect. I think Silver is one of the best commissioners in sports.
He's also he looks like he's from another planet, which is my issue.
Sounded like you were going to say an F word.
Another fucking planet?
No, a word that's a slur.
Faggot?
Yes. Because what was it? Was it on this show that someone was trying to convince us that Adam Silver is a secretly gay man?
That's funny as hell. That's actually hilarious.
I think it was like our first.
I wouldn't see it, but I'd be surprised by that.
Yeah, they're like, this is why Adam Silver does all this gay stuff. They're like, it's because he's actually secretly gay.
Yeah, I don't like Adam Silver in any way, shape, or form.
I love Adam Silver, but if he is gay, there's no problem with that.
Yeah. I think that from the Nets standpoint, it's probably a better call because, you know, the NBA, it sucks how PC everybody is in today's era, but from like the Nets overall, if you look at it from a business, the NBA and the Nets standpoint, it makes more sense. But I also think I think that the Nets are screwed either way. Like I don't see the Nets sticking together unless they won a championship, which I've said repeatedly. So like Ime or not, I don't think they're going to win it all. I don't think that they're the best team in the league. So, you know, if they look revitalized, if they look energized right now with Vaughn at the helm, you know, that's good for them. I think the Brooklyn Nets are a dumpster fire that's about to happen. And, you know, I get Kyrie might not ever play for the Nets again. And if that's the case, then definitely don't hire Ime, because if you have to spend all this money on a long-term coach and you're about to go into a rebuild or you're about to lose your 2 Hall of Fame players, it's a really complicated situation. So I like Vaughn a lot. He seems cool. I like that Bambi story or the bamboo story, whatever, the fern, whatever the plant he carried around in the bubble. But yeah.
No, I
they look good right now. So.
You said something that reminded me. Yeah, I gotta show you this quote. You said something where you're like, people were so PC this day that I gotta show you this scene from this movie that is like, it's kind of fucked up, but it's like fucked up funny. And you just reminded me. But no, in that situation, they just did it out of, they just couldn't take on, like, people don't realize there's a PR nightmare for them. And they just had to do what they thought was best for their franchise. And regardless if you disagree with the decision. Now, let me show you
Talking about karaoke, you fucking queers!
Wait.
God damn, Dick knows what I'm talking about. Let's go.
She's a real beauty, huh?
Wait.
Yep, a real beauty. This car is for you. Now, let me guess. The man of the house needs a second car so the little lady can go to the garden club while he plays gin rummy with the boys, huh?
Oh, actually, we need a car so we can go rock climbing.
Rock climbing? Why would anybody go climb a rock? Man, things are changing. I remember when men were men and women were gals, and we called coloreds coloreds.
You know, actually, I think we're gonna get going.
Hey, come on, sweetie. Don't be a bitch. Let's talk some numbers here.
Hey, don't talk to my wife like that.
Hey, boy. I fought in the big war. I mean, nobody tells me what to do. You understand? Hold this.
I think I made a sale.
Terrific. Good job, Teddy.
Andy wants to pay in cash, non-sequential, unmarked bills neatly packed in this canvas bag.
Well, that's a bank bag, Teddy. Oh, shit. Somebody call the cops. Teddy, go flush your eyes out.
like a smirk just jizzed in my face.
What show is that?
It's a movie called The Goods. Sell hard, die hard.
That was fun.
It's a good.
I like Ari Gold.
Yeah, Ari Gold's in it. He's the main character. He he plays himself basically.
Nice.
But I wanted to show you something. All right. You want to see it? So I had to make a package for my class. This is an NBA related, but it's pretty funny. And this is the type of shit that I do in newsroom. It's a pretty shit video, I personally think, but I've done better. I need to get better.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, here, let's download this bad boy. All right, download. Booyah. Let's get
Why is it dark out, dude? What's the temperature by you?
Like 30. I'm very looking forward to the warmth coming soon.
When would that be, buddy? It's November 10th and the winter just started. What are you talking about?
I mean, when I move to Florida
Oh.
or wherever I move.
Like your winter's just getting started.
All right, while we wait for this video to download, we're going to move on to a section that we like to play, and it's time to cue the music. You know what time it is?
Yeah, but it just feels off because it's dark out.
Well, you suck. So if you guys don't know, we play a little game near the end of the show. We still got 15 minutes left in the show, but I want to cue it up a little bit earlier than normal. Wait for the beat drop so I can show you it. But
Maybach music.
yeah. Ready? Time for Pirtle. You guys know what time it is.
It's Chris Paul. What if I just played this game every day?
I know.
That's
DeMar
all-
DeRozan.
No, that what? No, that's. Oh, I wanted to be wrong and guess Dylan Brooks.
Wait, let me holster my guns. Oh,
Playoff pow.
yeah. How'd you like that? That was a quick one.
That's stupid. Why did I tell you that we could just play this game? We got to honor code it. I don't think that's it. We've been doing this for several months. So I don't think it's
What do you mean?
like I could just go play Pirtle like an hour before the show and just like get the answer. Like,
Yeah, but then you'd suck.
yeah, exactly. So I'm saying I don't think we.
I don't think we. What?
Failed Bulls fan. I thought that was Dylan Brooks.
You thought it was Dylan Brooks?
Yeah.
My other guess was Isaac Okura.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's tough about this game is logic's out of the window. It becomes a speed thing at first.
Yeah.
Once you get one failed guess, then you can kind of start to relax a little bit. But you gotta have somebody come to mind right away.
No, it's
It's
definitely
like Jeopardy.
I love Jeopardy. I just got
Yeah.
into it. I never really watched
Jeopardy's
Jeopardy
awesome,
anyway.
yeah.
So, yeah, me and my girlfriend sit there and scream at the TV,
Yeah, it's
trying to beat
awesome.
each other. But Yeah, no, I'm trying to. It's a weird day for the NBA. Oh, we had one more thing we wanted to do, and it was Minnesota Timberwolves suck. Did you see D'Angelo Russell play 4v5?
Why was he there? I didn't watch the game live, so I don't know why he was standing out on the sideline. But I saw it was like a technicality or something, but I didn't know if that was real or true or not.
So, is it not working? They just suck at defense. They just suck at defense.
I think they're fine at I don't think they're good at much. I mean, they're bottom half of the league offensively speaking. D'Lo looks horrible. Jalen Noel, shout out Jalen Noel, he's cool. I don't think the Rudy Gobert experiment's gonna work, unfortunately.
So let's read you out the stats right here. They are currently the 21st best offense and the 15th best defense. They're supposed to be the best. They're supposed to be the best defense in the league. Okay. And the other thing is they're giving up 115 points. They're actually the 11th best scoring team, but they give up the 23rd, the 7th most points in the league. And the crazy part is like this, it's not making sense because first off, you got Anthony Edwards who's supposed to take the jump, and Anthony Edwards, yes, he looks good, but sometimes he just goes nomadic. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's just kind of being Karl-Anthony Towns still, but he's just doing Karl-Anthony Towns things. He's just doing what Karl-Anthony Towns has always done, but a lot better. Like Karl-Anthony Towns isn't the problem. Like Anthony Edwards and Karl-Anthony Towns, not the problem. D'Angelo Russell fucking sucks. D'Angelo Russell fucking sucks. Okay. And you got Rudy Gobert, who's actually like having a career year. Like Rudy Gobert, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Edwards aren't really the problem. Noel and Jaden McDaniels are the problem, but the team just falls off. Like Taurean Prince, he's hitting threes, but like Taurean Prince isn't playing the defense he was the year before. Naz Reid is nice and all, but he's like nice and all, but we're not playing him enough. Kyle Anderson sucks. That was a terrible signing.
You suck. 1v1 me, bro.
Like he doesn't. Okay, first off, it's not that they suck. None of these guys suck. They're all world-class athletes. They're way better at basketball. They're probably one of the best basketball players in the world of all time. But like,
what about Kyle Anderson sucks? It's just not moving the needle for you.
He's just like slow as like he's not
slow-mo.
I know, but like he's not having the effect that we thought. Like, think about this. They're Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert are their two most highest win share players. Okay, and then you look at their usage rate, and right now, Jalen Noel is their highest usage rate. Then it's Anthony Edwards, then Towns, then Russell. Gobert is like down there. But the other thing is just comes down when you look at, the true shooting percentage. Like it's interesting because you look at this team. I say their 5 best players. Like Kyle Anderson hasn't been bad. He's been one of their better players, but their 5 best players at times have been Gobert, Reed, Towns, Anderson, Noel on a consistent basis, then Edwards and McDaniels. But they only have 7 people on this team because behind the McDaniels, Edwards, Noel, Anderson, Towns, Reed, and Gobert, Russell's shitting the bed. Knight barely plays. McLaughlin barely plays. Torian,
McLaughlin needs to play more if he's playing like he did last year at the end.
Yeah,
I think McLaughlin will figure it out as well, and they'll start to include him more because this is the same thing that happened last year. I mean, he was out of the rotation at the start of last year.
Torian Prince is playing 20 minutes a night, but like shit.
Yeah, I mean, the Austin Rivers and Brent Forbes experiment looks like. I mean,
they're not playing them. They're not playing.
I know because they can't. Like, I don't think either of them are shooting over 20% from downtown.
But they're not playing enough to get in a rhythm.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
this team as a whole is shooting.
They probably suck at defense too, so it's doesn't help.
And
we're 12 games in. They're 5-7. I get all these concerns. I don't think that they're going to win the NBA Finals, but
they're like one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the league.
Yeah,
that's their problem. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is a Timberwolves team that's
just the ball over way too much. 16.5.
Yeah, and it's like they just can't get out of there.
That's something you can fix. You can fix turnovers, and they have enough shooters on their team for me to not worry about shooting the threes.
I just think this team should be better in transition. They have one of the best trailers in transition in Karl-Anthony Towns, who's like arguably the greatest shooting big man of time. Anthony Edwards is starting to come around, but he needs to be more of a terror in transition. D'Angelo Russell just needs to be better. He's not scoring efficiently. He doesn't get to the free throw line. He just doesn't do anything. The Wolves need to gel. Their quicker offense needs to become a thing because they're making too much mistakes. And as for defense, I can't imagine they'll be able to run back consistently to stop opponents. So that offense needs to be even better because I think the big part of their defense isn't good because their offense is complete hot garbage. Agree?
Yeah.
All right, let me show you something. It's an off day.
Yeah. I don't want to do my golf podcast now. Ooh, look at this.
Gerrymandering is the drawing of new political boundaries to give your party a numeric advantage over an opposing party. In May, the Kansas Supreme Court approved the state's new political boundaries. Lawrence is now part of the 1st District, which is primarily rural western Kansas bordering Colorado and Nebraska. The city and the county in which it's located will make up 13% of the 1st District beginning next year. It's the biggest municipality in the district. Why does gerrymandering matter? I spoke to KU law professor Richard Levy to discuss the advantages one party might gain from redrawing their political boundaries.
It's not unconstitutional to gerrymander so as to favor the Republican Party over the Democratic Party or the Democratic Party over the Republican Party.
Professor Levy suggests that the congressman who represents Lawrence, regardless of his or her party, will have an outsized influence on federal resources and owe constituents here time and attention. The state legislators who supported the gerrymandered map figured that breaking off Lawrence from other more suburban districts would not only silence voters here, but make competing for those voters unimportant. Back when the state Supreme Court upheld the state's new congressional districts, Kansas State President Ty Masterson, Vice President Rick Wilborn, and Majority Leader Larry Alley issued this statement. They wrote, "In this case, following a lengthy and deliberative process, the legislator listened and took input from Kansans and enacted a set of maps that are fair for all and are consistent with the historical recognized redistricting guidelines." Doesn't seem fair for Lawrence that given the size of the 1st District, the difference in their views, and the potential for lack of representation due to being largely a rural area, regardless of the congressional race outcome, the 1st District congressman better properly represent Lawrence citizens starting next year.
People live
I'm
there.
Cyro Asseo, and this is KUJH News.
This guy went to Southern Utah.
How do you not want to delete yourself every day, dude? Look, there's not a person in this fucking video. There's not a single person there.
Okay, that's at 6 a.m. That's at 6 a.m. That's at 6 in the morning.
Okay.
That was also at the very end of Mass Street near City Commission. That was not a popular street. I needed B-roll.
It's like Saturday at happy hour.
No, it was 6 a.m. and I had to have that package done by 9 in the morning. So, and I didn't have enough B-roll. So,
yeah, you really saved that video.
I'll show you another
Otherwise,
one.
I would have never watched that. Eddie,
Yeah.
all my homies hate gerrymandering, though. Gerrymandering. So, yeah. All the local freshmen.
I have let's see.
That was a good voice. I loved the voice.
Of other ones I've done, like this one.
The Lawrence Taco Festival took place this weekend. It was full of tasty, tempting tacos, along with other treats such as music, community, and fun.
Lawrence Taco Fest isn't just about the food. Taco Fest has an array of art crafts, margaritas, cerveza, shopping, and games that all pay tribute to different Latin cultures while also supporting the Lawrence Humane Society. The festival's inaugural event kicked off this weekend after a 2-year delay, thanks to COVID-19 pandemic, with a full slate of food and fun at venue 1235 at 1235 North 3rd Street, Lawrence, Kansas. The event ran from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. this past Saturday, October 15th. I asked Elaine Alderman of the Lawrence Humane Society about how this unique collaboration came to be.
At the time, we were going through a potential funding cut from the city.
Why do people live here?
And they, felt really bad for us and said that they're going to be hosting this event and they would love to have some of the proceeds come to us.
Some 20 or so food vendors are here selling, largely but not limited to, tacos. And they all have one common goal, and that is to support the Lawrence Humane Society.
In an interview with event planner Brett Mosman, owner of Pipeline Productions, he explained why Taco Fest was created and organized for the community.
I think that tacos are kind of the universal language, and everybody loves them and brings everybody together.
The inaugural Lawrence Taco Fest, held this past weekend, is intended as an annual event and a community food drive, with the hopes of having a new charity for the fundraiser each year. I'm Cyro Asseo, reporting to Accent.
That's supposed to be KJH, but
so you have like fun in this town.
it's just
like that's crazy. I don't.
What?
Cedar City like was more lit than that. I don't know if it's like the timing, if it's just these clips, maybe these aren't the craziest festivities that Lawrence has to offer. I just can't imagine what Lawrence.
Here's what.
The University of Kansas celebrates 110th homecoming September 26th through October 1st, culminating in the KU football game on October 1st against Iowa State. The Iowa State game was KU's first back-to-back sold-out home game since November 16th, 2019. KU held its first homecoming parade in 1912. That year, Kansas played its first homecoming football game against its rival, Mizzou. The night before the game, students prepared for the game by burning a wooden tiger. Kansas went on to win the game 12-3. Homecoming advisor for KU's Alumni Association, Paige Freeman, explained the meaning behind KU's homecoming.
So homecoming is solely primarily organized by the KU Alumni Association. But again, those three different groups are how we invite people to be a part of the planning process and also get other voices a part so that we can create a robust experience for all Jayhawks.
KU's homecoming tradition has come and gone, but the Kansas Jayhawks will carry the high spirits brought by the fans for the rest of the year. I'm Cyro Asseo, and this is KUJH News.
Yeah, it's like the shit I do. That's like when I'm saying I'm out there making packages and shit. That's what I'm doing. You know which one? This is one I'm embarrassed. I fucked this one up so hard. Look how blue
KU is in the final stages of developing their 2024 master plan with a 10-year and beyond horizon to ensure campus buildings, facilities, and infrastructure support KU's mission, values, and priorities.
Correct it correctly.
KU states that the plan has three priorities: student success, healthy and vibrant communities, research and discovery, which were set forth in their Jayhawks Rising strategic plan.
This is a construction
site. If you've been a student at KU, you've noticed that some of the buildings have been razed, also known as demolished. I asked KU's architect, Mark Rosecki, of Facilities and Planning, what changes will KU's master plan result in?
Underutilized classrooms, and in a classroom utilization, you want to hit almost 70%. We've got classrooms that are significantly below that. So if we can step away from square footage, we can also reduce our deferred maintenance. So if you take building X, and let's say
more people have watched
it's got $3 or $4 million of deferred maintenance. And you can step away from it by either selling it or raising it or, somehow have it not be a responsibility of the university anymore. You just reduce your deferred maintenance that amount, and you aren't paying utilities for that building.
With less maintenance costs, the university will be able to use their budget to heighten the students' experience. I'm Cyro Asseo, and this is KUJH.
What time is that at?
Like 6:30.
AM?
PM. The golden hour.
I don't know how you do it, man.
You went to southern fucking Utah.
And somehow it was like more lit than this. I'm sure these are just bad times.
That girl at the end.
Had huge what? I don't. Cans, knockers,
probably.
Cheeks. Cyro's definitely up at 6:30 a.m. When do you wake up?
I've been bad the past few weeks, so I've been waking up at like 7:30.
Yeah, that's
8 sometimes. I've been really bad. I've been sleeping in. I usually wake up at 7 to 6:30, sometimes 5. I try to only sleep 3 to 4 hours a night. But you have to understand, I don't go to sleep till 3 or 4 in the morning.
Why though? I do the same sometimes.
I can't play video games during the day, so I have to finish. I have to finish because I feel like a piece of shit. So I have to finish all my tasks.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? I have to finish all my tasks. And Thomas Perry, 5:45, not like 5 in the morning. I should have prefaced that, like 5:45.
And he sent me plenty of pictures and videos of that.
At the rec. At the
gym.
At 6 in the morning, just playing hoops.
Like running.
Running. Like, putting in an hour and a half workout session on the court. Okay. Best time to hoop. No one's there. I can grab like 4 basketballs and just fucking. I bet you everyone else working out is like, who the fuck is this asshole dribbling so much? But
I don't know how you wake up that early.
I don't need to sleep. Sleeps for the week, bro. But my problem is I can't play video games until 12 or 1 in the morning because that's when I stop.
Yeah.
Because I finish recording at midnight or 1 a.m. And then I hop on. Well, I have to smoke pot. So then I smoke pot. And that's another 30-minute sesh because I queue up some YouTube videos or like an episode of like a show I'm watching. So I have to watch the full show or the full video while I'm smoking because like why? Well, I'm not going to end it. So then it ends up being like 1:30 when I actually make it into my bedroom and I set up on my couch, on my on my bed, and I turn on the Xbox. And then it ends up being like 2:33, and I'm just like, fuck. Then I keep playing, and then I usually pass out when
Yeah. That's like exactly what I did in college. Like exactly, that's what I did over the summer.
Do you not play video games anymore? Do you have a?
No, I don't have a console, and
you need to get a next.
Miss it.
No,
I really don't
next
miss
gen.
it.
Get a next gen. Get an Xbox like Series. I want a PS5, but I still can't get one. I have an Xbox Series S. I got it the day.
PS5s are only like $500 right now, so I don't know.
But they're not. I don't think you can buy. I think they're still back ordered.
I saw them at our Best Buy here in Florida once. Before the
hurricane. Go buy one.
I don't really see the need to do that right now. I get addicted. So yeah.
Well, that was today's episode, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy. I don't know if you have anything else you'd like to say, buddy.
Yeah, it's about like 2 a.m. here, so I'm probably going to go to bed. Oh, it's pitch black outside. I'm sure it's for you too.
6 o'clock.
And just a long day. Another 2 a.m.er. And I actually don't really want to tell you when I wake up, Tom.
Yeah, a little outro music.
Nice.
All right.
Sick.
So, thank you for watching today's show. I want that looping. I want this to loop. Thank you for watching today's show. If you guys did enjoy it, can you ride this?
Subscribe to the show. Or super slow. And I ain't talking about Southwest Grill.
Watch the NBA. Hey, want to watch the NBA? Hey, check out our show. Go watch it. I don't know. Kind of can't rhyme show, but for show. I don't know.
All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, guys.